And good morning. Welcome to our community. Susie Thomas here with Kristen Rossetti, who is the owner and director of the very new The Artful Family Enrichment Center. And brand new. Good morning, Kristen.
Brand new. Just licensed on Friday.
Well, tell us all about it.
The Artful Family Enrichment Center is going to be for children 6 weeks through 14 years. What makes us different than a child care center is the emphasis on the arts. We're offering children fine arts. We're offering children music, Zumba, which is a must see, and we're offering soccer. Babies get yoga in the morning, right? So it's very exciting. It's a different kind of daycare. We have an educated staff of retired teachers and people that have their CDA. We're a bit of a mature staff, not your usual young impressionables. We're a seasoned staff that knows how to bring education to school and enrichment. The whole purpose is enrichment. Our daycare hours are from 6 to 6, and in the afternoon, at 4 o'clock now, Canton City Schools changed their times. From 4 to 6, we will have our art enrichment piece called the Aftercare Arts Program. So that's not to be missed. Parents that typically take their kids to enrichment type activities after school will be able to do this now and save the weekends for themselves.
Wow.
Right. So they won't, if they leave them there till 6 o'clock, they can go to the grocery store, they can do whatever moms have to do, and then pick them up, and then their evening is their own, giving more family time on the weekend.
So they've had art and sports and so forth right there built in to this.
Exactly.
That's brilliant. How did this idea come about, Kristen?
Well, I have 30 years of teaching with Canton City Schools, and I have seen children come to our schools. I've always been a kindergarten teacher, come to our schools less and less prepared. So in order to do that and to make learning exciting all the time, you need to do the arts. You need to focus on creativity, not just learning, but learning inspired with creativity. So in order to prepare those little kindergartners coming over to Harder School or Clarendon School or any Canton City school, let's give them a foundation before they come so they're ready, so they can learn as much as they need to learn in that first year.
Is there a formal cooperation between your new daycare and Canton City Schools, or are you the liaison because of your affiliation?
Right now, I'm the liaison. We're working on it, but just being licensed, we're just getting off the ground with the relationship.
So much of learning does require some creativity, and yet we see that being the first thing that's cut once there are budget cuts. Can you address that a little bit?
Arts and Stark has been fantastic for Stark County, and Arts and Stark has given Canton City Schools a great implementation of the arts. It just doesn't reach everybody. The issue with that is we need to reach them when they're 2. And when they're 18 months, as soon as we can get them being creative, as soon as we can get them going, 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, we need to start working lower. It's coming, but this is a way to be ahead of the curve.
What kinds of art experiences are appropriate for that 18-month-old that a mom might be listening to, hearing? How soon is too soon to put some crayons or markers into the hand of a child?
Never too soon. Babies can paint. Infants can paint.
Wow.
The texture, the sensory, that's when sensory things are forming. Small motor movement is forming. So you want to put clay in their hands. You want to put paint in your hands. You want them to blow bubbles and put paint in the bubbles and make bubble art. It's never too soon. And that is my whole point. I completely feel like my experience of being a teacher and for so long and always in kindergarten has led me to this path.
Yeah.
I am not quite ready for retirement, but I'm close to retirement, and this is my retirement job. I really want to support our community over off of Raff Road and the general community. I want to support those kids to get them ready. That really is my point. I totally believe in my heart of hearts that God has led me to this point, and has inspired me to make this project happen. I'm making this project happen in a church, which is Zion Lutheran Church, in a church that is also concerned with community, and they're rebuilding. So my project is rebuilding. They're rebuilding, and we're doing it in conjunction together. They have a new pastor there by the name of Pastor Darla Ann Kratzer. Fantastic. This week we happen to be having Vacation Bible School, and oh my gosh, the rooms have been transformed into Mount Everest. We had a babbling brook with real water in it today. Right. And tomorrow I believe it's the desert. So it's really been fantastic. When Elijah goes to the well or meets the widow at the well, that's tomorrow. So it's amazing. And the kids just loved it. Even 2-year-olds. We even had a 2-year-old singing and dancing with us today.
Oh my.
Right. So I'm telling you, there's a reason for this whole thing. It's been a difficult journey. It's been a long time getting licensed, but we're now licensed. We're ready to go and ready for our children to join us.
Has this been in the back of your mind for some time?
Yes. Yes.
You didn't just wake up one
No.
night
No.
with an inspiration.
Right. No, it's always been, I've always wanted to go younger. They're just bundles of joy. Little children are just bundles of joy, and education is become so progressive that I want to get back to the grassroots of it. I want to get back to that basic joy of learning, and to watch their faces as they experience something new. So, yes, I've always wanted to go backwards. No, I never thought I'd be taking on an entire school. But this is where the Spirit has led me. There have been so many people that have helped get us here and understand the importance of having a center there on Raff Road Southwest.
Specifically, who would you like to say thank you
Oh,
to?
Tom Harmon is just a wonderful guy. He truly has our community in mind. And Thomas West has jumped on board, and Greg Hawk has jumped on board. Our mayor came one afternoon thinking we were open just to say hello and to read a story. Unfortunately, we weren't there, so I hope he comes back. The Zion Lutheran Church has been really welcoming. There were other people that wanted to be in that spot, but they really wanted to work with me as an outreach.
Wow.
Yes. So we are collaborating together for this week, for this VBS, and then they will volunteer once we're going.
You say that you never saw yourself launching a school. Tell us about that process. And I know you had some help there as well.
A very belabored process, yes. We have worked with Job and Family Services and the Early Childhood Resource Center. SCORE is a wonderful resource of help. I've had 3 mentors. One who's been absolutely fantastic. Ed Levy has been with us all of the way. They will help you set up your business. They offer you business classes. They stick with you for as long as you want them as a service, and they are all volunteers. They are all retired executives that are volunteers. I would highly recommend anybody that's looking for to open their own business to use them. They've been incredible, especially Ed.
Just the insights that they're able to offer because of their own background. And that is a free service? Or
A free service.
It's incredible.
We even had business classes. We did a week's worth of business classes before I started this. Right.
And they'll show you how to do a business plan and everything, the works.
Right. Arts and Stark has given me a grant to get busy on an art project, which is already underway. Everybody has just been so receptive and so supportive.
Mm-hmm. We're speaking with Kristen Rossetti. She's the owner and director of the brand new Artful Family Enrichment Center. And Kristen, who is this for? Are you looking primarily at risk families, or can anyone participate?
I completely believe in diversity. I think it needs to be everything, and everybody needs to come together. not just at-risk families. Of course, we'll take them. We also have children that are already signed up that are able to pay, whose parents believe in the same philosophy. We all need to live together. We all need to learn how to live together. We all need to be tolerant of each other's differences. And we need to have models for the family. So I'm hoping to bring all of those children together. And
now you're talking about not really a Montessori curriculum, but it's an art-focused curriculum. Have you developed it? Where did this come from? How did you decide we're going to do Zumba?
Oh, I have wonderful friends that are willing to come in and teach, that
Nice.
have been teaching before. No, we're not Montessori. And no, it is not my own curriculum. We'll have an educational curriculum for preschool for 3-year-olds.
And then you go all the way up to 14 years.
Because we need childcare for
Yes.
the older kids. So after school, there's Lego Club and there's Homework Club. And since we have retired teachers, we have the able bodies to work on whatever the new math is. It would not be me working on the new math. It would be one of the other teachers. But I do garage art. My thing is a garage art. Right.
Garage art. Tell me that. What is that?
Oh, gosh. Garage art started in my garage. Yes. I kind of, teachers find something to do in the summer. And I've had a few kids over the years that keep coming back and bringing friends. And it's become garage art because I have a 3-car garage, which is an art studio. So this year when I invited people back to garage art, it was a new garage. It was Zion Lutheran Church. We did spend the last months renovating completely one side of the first floor. So it was about 3,000 square feet. The next phase will be the second side of the first floor. It's a beautiful facility where it was very exciting to do it, very exhausting to do it, but so worthwhile. And again, it had to be God giving me the strength to get through it and finding the people who were willing to volunteer, because almost all of it was through volunteerism, almost all.
Wow.
We've had fabulous donations given to us all the way from Dublin, Ohio.
Whoa.
My 14-year-old cousin of mine had a fundraiser for us that they donated a room full of supplies for the kids to use this first year.
You mentioned also baby yoga. That just sounds very fascinating. How does that work into all of this and the artful family enrichment?
Well, children need to move, and they need to use their left brain and their right brain. And one way to do it is through movement and yoga. And the kids have 20 minutes of some kind of large motor activity every day. Since Canton City has changed their times, there's going to be a long daycare time in the morning for kids because kindergarten doesn't start till 9:40. So we're thinking about bringing yoga to whoever's at the center that morning, including a small breakfast and yoga to get them going, to get the left brain and the right brain moving.
Will there be some things that are taught to multiple age groups at the same time? This isn't like a one-room schoolhouse with 6 weeks to 14 years, but...
Oh, no, we have several.
Yeah.
We have 3,000 square feet. We have
Yes.
several rooms and they in all different age groups. But for yoga, the toddlers will go together. The school agers will go together. So that's like 2 sessions.
We're going to find out more about this fascinating idea and talk with Kristen Rossetti after these words. You're listening to Our Community.